Good morning, friends. It's Friday, the 4th of April, 2025, and it's time for your news from the economic section of the Shafaq News website. Oil prices dropped again by 8% on Friday, reaching $64.62 per barrel, after briefly falling below $70 earlier in the day. This marks the lowest closing price since the peak of the COVID-19 pandemic in 2021. The decline came as China announced it would impose additional tariffs of 34% on all U.S. goods starting April 10th in response to a package of tariffs announced by President Donald Trump earlier this week. This escalation has led to a significant downturn in global financial markets. Brent crude futures fell by 5.70 to 8.2%, while West Texas Intermediate WTI lost 5.90 or 8.8%. Both benchmarks are on track for their largest weekly percentage losses in over 2 years. Olivier Hansen, head of commodity strategy at Saxo Bank, noted that China's aggressive response to U.S. tariffs indicates a shift towards a global trade war, which is likely to negatively impact economic growth and demand for commodities like crude oil and refined products. Additionally, the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, and its allies, known as OPEC+, contributed to the declining oil prices by accelerating production increase plans. The group now aims to return 411,000 barrels per day to the market in May, up from a previously planned 135,000 barrels. In related news, the Iraqi Oil Ministry responded to a statement from the Kurdish Oil Industry Association (EKR) regarding negotiations for oil contracts with the Kurdistan Regional Government, KRG. The ministry disputed claims of reluctance to negotiate and expressed readiness to initiate dialogue to resume oil exports from the region as soon as possible. The ministry is working to ensure the proper implementation of the amended budget law, which facilitates compensation from the Federal Finance Ministry to the KRG for the production and transportation costs of crude oil delivered to the Iraqi Oil Marketing Company, SOMO, or the Federal Ministry of Oil. The Ministry of Agriculture in Al-Wasat Province revealed plans for the summer agricultural season in 2025, cautioning about challenges posed by current water shortages, which are expected to reduce agricultural areas. 8 countries from the OPEC+ coalition, including the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Russia, and Iraq, reaffirmed their commitment to oil market stability following a virtual meeting to review global market conditions. They agreed on a gradual return to voluntary production cuts of 2.2 million barrels per day, starting April 1st, with a planned adjustment in May to account for an increase of 411,000 barrels per day. In gold markets, prices stabilized early Friday, preparing for a 5th consecutive weekly gain amid rising fears of a global trade war due to U.S. tariffs. Gold was trading at $3,109.95 per ounce, with futures up by 0.3%, to $3,129.60. Lastly, oil prices continued to slide in early Asian trading, heading toward their worst weekly performance in several months due to new tariffs imposed by President Trump, raising concerns of a global trade war that could negatively impact oil demand. And that ends all the economic news from the Shafaq News website. We hope this brings value to your day. If so, please like and subscribe, and ring the bell to be notified when our reports are uploaded. Thank you for joining us, and have a great Friday.